Hi, so this is my friend Scar, and he said he drove off from the garage and then it just like stopped and that. So um, we suspect it's probably like the cam belt, but we're gonna have a look just now. So if we remove the front cover down there as well. So this is the camshaft here, and down there is the crankshaft. So I'm gonna try and move this now and see what happens. Okay. Don't know if you can see down there, but the camshaft is turning and it feels very rough, but the crankshaft's not turning. And at the bottom there you can see some fragments of the cam belt. So the cam belt's teeth got stripped. Okay, so we've got the tappet cover off now. These are the valves here. This is the intake side, the exhaust side here. So if you look down here, you can see all of these broken rockers. Some of the you can hear all the loose particles, but yeah. So you can all the rockers are broken on the exhaust side except for one, the last one over here. And on the intake side, the rockers are still intact. Yeah. So what we're going to do is now just remove this gear over here, and then we're going to remove the camshafts, and then maybe try and assess the damage. We're going to pull the valves up and down and try and assess the damage that you can't really tell from the outside. But I think for now is what we're going to do is we're just going to replace, if there's no obvious signs of damage on the valves or bent valves or anything, we're just going to replace the rockers and then start the car again, drive the car, and see if we can tell something that's obviously wrong with it. But it almost seems like these rockers are designed to break, and the car this didn't happen on a high speed. My friend literally pulled out of the garage and then it broke. So yeah, okay, catch up with you later. This is my friend Job, so this is his car, so I'm assisting him to fix his car. So yeah, this is what it looks like so far. We've got the whole front off there. What he did was he had to go and buy a timing kit. So this is the timing kit for the tool for the crankshaft to put it at TDC. We've already put it at TDC, and I've checked it, with the old screwdriver down the injector hole there. If it was a petrol, it would have been the spark plug, just to double check that it's at TDC. So that's at TDC. So we've got a mark there, and we've got like a little arrow. I don't know if you can see that there, but there's a little arrow over there. So where that arrow is must align over there. Okay, so that's now locked at TDC. We've got only one of these 6mm pins, so I made a bolt. Job, where's the bolt? You took the bolt. Okay, so I'm just going to use like a 6mm bolt here to put in there. So this is the fuel pump here, high pressure fuel pump. So that's locked in its position over there, and then this one we're going to use for the cam shaft. So this goes through the cam shaft pulley over here. Okay, so there you can see there's an arrow over there, and that's the keyway. So the keyway must be pointing vertically up, right? So once we've got that through there, it will go into this hole over here, and then that will be pointing, the keyway will be pointing vertically up. So the engine is canted like slightly, so it will be like that. The first step is to put in the new rockers. These are the old rockers, all broken over there. So we've got 2 boxes of these, eh? Yeah, there's the other box over there. So we're gonna go put in the rockers now. Okay, so I forgot to mention how to know that this is at the right rotation, because it can go either way, like 180 degrees. But you see this little hole there, that must be at the top. And then another way to check is, you see these markings over here and over there, both of them must be to the top. But this is the definite way to know, is that that hole must be facing the top of the engine, right? Like you're showing it now, and then twist it this way, Job. And then this slot here must also be facing to the top of the engine. This one must be vertical, like it is there now, and that one there must be horizontal, and both of them needs to be exact. And that's how you know that the teeth are in the correct positions. There's no timing marks on here, so that's the only way to know with this engine. So we ran into a bit of an issue. We're finding it too hard to get this whole assembly in like the way it is. So what I've done was, with the red marker, I've just marked, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I've marked the one tooth there and the other 2 teeth beside it with the red mark. So we're going to actually take this apart and put the cams in one by one, and just make sure that we get those red marks in line. Double check that that was horizontal, the dot is at the top, and the shaft is vertical. So we're 100% sure the timing is wrong there, right there. What I like to do is, I normally like to write down the torque specifications on a page and just leave it over there. What we're going to do is, we're going to torque it from the inside out. There we go.
What happened? Did you move it?
I moved it, yeah.
Did it just move?
No, I twisted it with the spanner.
Oh.
Yeah. So now they where they're supposed to be now. That's
okay.
where it's supposed to be, and that's where it's supposed to be. So everything's pinned where it's supposed to be. So let's get that. Where's the stuff for the tensioner? Is the tensioner loose? Sorry, Joe?
Oh, you mean the...
Yeah.
This
But let's put on the cam belt. Okay, so what we had to do was just to loosen all these bolts here a little bit, so that these sprockets could just shift on the shafts a little bit and adjust everything. So yeah, so we managed to get that all around there now. That's the tensioner. We've set the tensioner to the correct setting over there. So the belt is where it's supposed to be. So what we're going to do is, now we're just going to put all the like this external pulley back, but before we do that, we're going to torque these out properly. We're going to torque those bolts again, and that one as well, and then we can remove these pins after that. and also remove this and then put the rest of the stuff back. Okay, so we're busy filling up the water now. We've put in antifreeze already. So job's about to start the car now, just to check that everything's running. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Adjust the rubber first. Just need to figure out those two
Okay. So I'm gonna put this cover on there. Okay, so busy with the test drive now. When we started the car, everything was like normal. The engine idled smoothly. The car's got nice power, no funny sounds. There's no obvious signs of a valve leak. So I think the rockers did their job. They designed to brake before the valves bend. So I think they did their job, and the valves seem fine. So we, as an extra precaution, we might do a pressure test on all the cylinders, but for now it doesn't seem like it's necessary. The car's running smoothly and doing what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, Job, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Nicely so.
It is good, yeah. So yeah, luckily there wasn't any valves. You know, we don't know for sure, but I mean, it seems like there's no valve bent. I mean, this. So we got away with this changing rockers. So I'm sure Job is happy about that as well. Oh, this diesel has nice power, nice torque.
Yeah.
Okay, so Job said I must test it on sport now. So he switched on sport. So let's see what it does. Pulling nicely. Nice like a diesel should. Don't show them, Job. Don't show them how fast we're going. Okay, it's already complaining. Speed limit exceeded. Okay, it's working good in sport as well. Okay, so that's a successful build, and I hope this video helps some people as well. And yeah, people say, oh, diesels are complicated and difficult to work on. Not really, eh? Engines are all basically the same. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.